Picture this. You're alone in an abandoned asylum, the walls echoing with the tortured screams of long-forgotten patients. Suddenly you feel an icy breath on the back of your neck, and you realize you're not alone. This is just one of the haunting experiences I'll be sharing with you today. In this video, we'll uncover 3 spine-chilling tales of urban exploration gone wrong. Brace yourself for a journey into the unknown as we recount the terrifying encounters and unsettling discoveries made by those who dared to venture into the forgotten corners of our world. Through first-hand accounts, you'll be transported to the heart of these harrowing experiences, feeling every moment of fear and dread as if you were there yourself. Get ready to face your deepest fears as we delve into the dark side of urban exploration, where the lines between reality and nightmares blur, and the only way out is through the terror that awaits.
As I stepped through the rusted gates of the abandoned asylum, an overwhelming sense of dread washed over me. The decrepit building loomed before me, its crumbling facade a testament to the horrors that once took place within its walls. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, broken only by the eerie creaking of the ancient structure settling in the wind. I'd spent weeks preparing for this exploration, studying the asylum's dark history and gathering the courage to face whatever lay inside. But nothing could have prepared me for the sheer terror that awaited me. As I cautiously made my way through the dimly lit corridors, the shadows seemed to dance with a malevolent presence, as if the tortured souls of the past still lingered in every corner. The further I ventured into the asylum's depths, the more oppressive the atmosphere became. The walls were stained with the remnants of long-forgotten misery, and the air grew heavy with an inexplicable chill. Every step I took echoed through the hollow halls, a haunting reminder of my solitude in this forsaken place. And then, in the heart of the asylum, I encountered something that shook me to my very core. In a room that reeked of despair and anguish, I came face to face with an apparition that defied all rational explanation. The spectral figure hovered before me, its glowing eyes piercing through the darkness, its gnarled features twisted in eternal torment. Fear gripped my heart as I stood frozen, unable to comprehend the supernatural entity that had materialized before me. In that moment, I understood the true depths of the asylum's horror. The tortured souls that once called this place home had never truly left, forever trapped within the crumbling walls of their own personal hell. And now I too was a part of their eternal nightmare, a witness to the unspeakable terrors that lurked within the shadows. But the abandoned asylum was only the beginning of my descent into the macabre. Little did I know that my next exploration would lead me to an old, abandoned factory, where the echoes of a dark past still reverberated through the rusted machinery.
The echoes of the past whispered through the rusted machinery, drawing me deeper into the heart of the haunted factory. As I stepped over the threshold, a profound sense of unease settled upon me like a heavy shroud. This location had been carefully chosen, its dark history meticulously researched. And now I found myself standing amidst the remnants of a bygone era, where the line between the living and the dead had long since blurred. The factory's cavernous interior stretched out before me, a labyrinth of decaying metal and eerie shadows. The air was thick with the musty scent of neglect, and every step I took stirred up clouds of dust that danced in the feeble light filtering through the shattered windows. I moved cautiously, my senses heightened, acutely aware of the oppressive silence that engulfed me. As I ventured further into the bowels of the factory, the atmosphere grew increasingly heavy, as if the weight of countless untold stories pressed down upon me. Strange noises began to echo through the vast expanses, distant whispers and metallic groans that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. I strained my ears, trying to discern the source of these unsettling sounds, but they remained elusive, always just beyond the reach of understanding. Shadows flickered at the edges of my vision, darting figures that vanished as quickly as they appeared. Were they mere tricks of the light or something far more sinister? The deeper I delved into the factory's depths, the more I felt the presence of something otherworldly. An entity that lurked just beyond the veil of reality. And then, in a moment that sent shivers down my spine, I witnessed the inexplicable. In the dim light of a cavernous room, a spectral figure materialized before my eyes, its form shifting and distorting like smoke in the wind. It moved with an unnatural grace, gliding across the floor without ever touching the ground. I stood transfixed, my heart pounding in my chest as the apparition drew closer, its features becoming clearer with each passing second. The face that stared back at me was twisted in anguish, a visage of torment that bore the scars of a lifetime of suffering. Its eyes, hollow and haunted, seemed to bore into my very soul, silently pleading for release from an eternal purgatory. And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the figure vanished, leaving me alone once more in the oppressive darkness of the factory. But my journey was far from over. Little did I know that my next destination, an abandoned school shrouded in mystery, would test the limits of my courage and sanity in ways I could never have imagined.
As I approached the abandoned school, a sense of foreboding settled deep in my bones. The dilapidated structure loomed before me, its once vibrant facade now a mere shell of its former self. Windows, shattered and dark, stared back at me like soulless eyes, and the overgrown vegetation that engulfed the ground seemed to whisper warnings of the horrors that lay within. Weeks of meticulous planning had led me to this moment. I had pored over every available scrap of information, delving into the dark history that shrouded the school in mystery. Tales of unexplained disappearances, ghostly sightings, and sinister rituals had only fueled my determination to uncover the truth. Yet, as I stood at the threshold of this cursed place, a flicker of doubt crept into my mind, a silent plea to turn back before it was too late. With a deep breath, I steeled my resolve and stepped forward, the crunch of broken glass beneath my feet shattering the eerie silence. The musty air enveloped me as I crossed the threshold, heavy with the weight of decades of neglect and decay. Shadows danced along the walls, their movements erratic and unnatural, as if possessed by an unseen force. I navigated the labyrinthine corridors with cautious steps, my heart pounding in my ears. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustling of unseen movement sent shivers down my spine. The further I ventured, the more oppressive the atmosphere became, as if the very walls were closing in around me. And then, in a moment of sheer terror, I found myself face to face with the unimaginable. A spectral figure materialized before me, its form twisted and grotesque, its eyes burning with an unholy light. It reached out with gnarled fingers, a silent scream etched upon its ghostly visage. Fear gripped me, rooting me to the spot. As the apparition drew closer, its icy breath chilling my soul. Instinct took over, and I turned to flee, my feet pounding against the crumbling floor as I raced through the labyrinth of corridors. The entity pursued me, its presence an overwhelming force that threatened to consume me. I pushed myself to the brink of exhaustion, my lungs burning with each ragged breath, as I desperately sought an escape from this nightmare. Just as I thought all hope was lost, I burst through a rusted door, stumbling into the overgrown courtyard beyond. The cool night air hit me like a blessing, and I collapsed to my knees, my body trembling with the aftershocks of the ordeal. I had escaped, but the memory of that haunting encounter would forever be seared into my mind, a reminder of the horrors that lurk in the shadows of the abandoned and forgotten.
As we come to the end of our haunting journey, the echoes of these chilling urban exploration stories linger in the air, like whispers from the past that refuse to be silenced. From the face-to-face encounter with fear in the abandoned asylum to the spine-tingling pursuit in the cursed school, each tale has left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. The allure of urban exploration lies in the thrill of the unknown, the desire to uncover secrets hidden within the decaying walls of forgotten places. Yet with every step into these haunted realms, we are reminded of the inherent dangers that lurk in the shadows, waiting to ensnare the unwary. These stories serve as a testament to the courage and curiosity of those who dare to venture into the dark, seeking answers to the mysteries that lie beyond the veil. But they also raise haunting questions that will linger long after the final credits roll. What other horrors remain hidden in the forgotten corners of our world? What untold stories are waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to seek them out? For a deeper look into the terrors that can unfold when one is alone and vulnerable, be sure to check out our video, 3 Disturbing Real Home Alone Stories. Much like the chilling encounters in these urban exploration tales, the stories in that video will leave you questioning the safety of even the most familiar places. As always, we invite you, our loyal viewers, to share your own experiences and suggestions for places you'd like to see us explore in the future. Together, we can continue to unravel the secrets that lie hidden in the shadows, one haunting story at a time.